levels of stress. Levels of stress. So I can start by saying stress is not a bad thing. But the level of stress is the one which determines whether it is good stress or bad stress. So the first type of stress is acute stress. Acute stress. So acute stress is the stress that gets a person. It is not permanent, it is temporary. If I can give an example, when you're given a deadline, do this by this time, there is a type of stress that gets to you, right? Is it true? Yes, and that stress is not bad because it encourages you to work hard and meet the deadline. So number one is acute stress, which is not a bad thing, and we experience it temporarily. Maybe you have an exam for those who are in school. There's a type of stress which gets to you before the exams. But when you read your notes and you do your exam, that stress leaves you. Is it true? So that is the first type of stress, the acute stress, which is not bad because it is temporary and it goes away. The second type is episodic acute stress. Maybe if I allow me to write. Okay. So we say the first one is acute stress. Number two, we have episodic acute stress. So this type of stress, I can describe it as recurring acute stress. Recurring. Normally, with people who have a problem of procrastinating, I'm supposed to do this, I'll do it. And then the deadline is here, hey, I need to do this, I need to do this. And then you have maybe 2 or 3 activities lining up at the same time, which all meets a deadline. That is what we call episodic acute stress. And one characteristic about this kind of people is that their life looks a bit chaotic because they are on the run. All the time there's a deadline to meet, there's a deadline to meet. So this one, we can get over it by just being more organized. It is not very dangerous. So we can get over it by just being more organized. If there is a deadline to be met, let's meet it on deadline so that we don't have too much and then we end up feeling so overwhelmed. Then we have the third one, which is now we have chronic stress. Chronic stress. So this one is the one that we can term as dangerous. Chronic stress. So this one, normally it comes as a result of, for example, poverty, where someone is constantly struggling on keeping up with basic needs. Poverty. Also, repeated abuse. Repeated abuse. And we have to know that abuse does not have to be physical. Right? Is it true? You can stay with somebody, but that person, every day your face is smooth and you look smart, but you are going through abuse. Emotional abuse. Somebody who is always telling you things to bring you down. Hakugongi, but the words anakuambia unasikia umeisha nguvu. Is it true? Yes. Mental abuse. Emotional abuse. Very dangerous. And sometimes if we can talk kama wamama, unaweza sikia nduru kwa neighbor yako, si ndio? And then uko na emotional nama, wewe yako ni emotional na psychological, si ndio? And then maybe the neighbor is saying, "Hi, I wish my husband was like you. At least wewe ni bongi." Si ndio?
Yeah.
Si ndio kweli? Yes, at least wewe ubongo. Mimi hata sijalala vita. But hajui vitu unapitia. Juu yako haijionyeshi kwa uso, but you're dying inside. Sindio? Yes, that is also a type of abuse. And it can result to chronic stress. And we said chronic stress is dangerous, and you're going to see why. Also, unemployment. Unemployment. You're just looking for a job, you have your certificate, but you never seem to get a job. And if you get a job, you're not paid what you think you're worth. Sini kweli? Yes, you can have a job. Lakini unaangalia watu hawakusoma kama wewe, they look so comfortable. Umesoma, umestruggle, and bado you still getting peanuts. Yes, that is chronic stress. Hata kama haijiandiki, but every day you're asking yourself questions. Dysfunctional family, especially for the kids, even for the parents. Dysfunctional family. And by the way, it has been noticed that men are also suffering abuse. Is it true? We have some toxic women. Unaingia, yes?
Yes.
Is it true? Yes. Unaingia na nusu kanyama yako, ati nusu. Unaona baba nani anaingia na kilo moja kwake. Kwani wanaume wengine, that is abuse.
True.
That is abuse. Sio kweli? You are never good enough. Hata ufanye nini? You are never good enough. So even our men, we have to take care of ourselves, because that is also abuse. Mtu anataka pizza. Mtoto wangu anakuwa anaangalia watoto wengine wakikula pizza kila siku. Kwani mimi nimeolewa na nani? So all these are types of abuse. And what is dangerous about chronic abuse is that it eats you up. And it is only evident sometimes when it is too late. When we start developing diseases like high blood pressure, diabetes, yes?
H. pylori.
H. pylori, sindio? Kitagalame are earning a lot of money nowadays because of H. pylori. I don't know what is happening. I don't know whether it is, they say it is the water, I don't know whether it is our family structure, I don't know. Watoto wetu plus wababa na wamama ni H. pylori everything. We know what H. pylori is. Ile yenye inasemekana ni gas ikiendelea itakuwa ulcers. Yes. Aya. It can also result to physical violence. Some of the people who are so violent are going through chronic stress. That is when you find maybe a person ameenda kazini, in the morning alienda akicheka, jioni amerudi amejam. Because maybe they don't even enjoy the job they are doing. So the whole day they've been just out of place. Akiingia kwa nyumba, you are the one who will pay for it. Because you cannot defend yourself. So, also, suicide. Suicide. Chronic stress can lead to suicide. And there is a time where suicide cases were so high. Yes, mtu tu hana makelele. Next time mnasikia kwake ati amejihang. That is a person who was going through some stress but nobody noticed. Nobody noticed, and that is ikamfikisha mpaka hapo. Also we have homicide. Homicide cases. It has happened in other countries, and now it is even happening here. Unapata mtu amekuja na silaha, anaingia na anashoot as many people as he can. Or a person, a grown-up, we talk about Al-Shabaab. Some of these cases are not even Al-Shabaab. No. These are people who are not in their proper state of mind. Yes. He's ready to die. So ataua as many people and then move. He has nothing to lose. You kill him and you have finished it for him. heart attacks, and stroke. All these are results as a result of chronic stress. So, how can we know? Because acute stress, you can know it very fast. Simple. Because you know, you feel like, and then once you're done with that task, you feel okay. But chronic stress is dangerous because you can get used to it until it becomes part of you. And you will not even notice it. So what are some of the signs of chronic stress? Number one, irritability. Kukasirika. Kakitu kadogo, you're so irritable. Some people don't even know how to approach you. Irritability. You don't know how to approach. Maybe it is something good. Lakini you have to think of the words you're going to use because you don't know kama ata react, ata blow up or something. That is one sign of chronic stress. Kwa hivyo tujiulize, am I irritable? Then we have being angry and impatient. Being angry, kukasirika. And sometimes it is not even with a very good reason. Being angry and impatient. The other thing is being overburdened and overwhelmed. Overburdened and overwhelmed. Normally at the end of the month, we are a bit overburdened. Because you're counting your bills, I have rent to pay, I have school fees, which is okay. But if you have that feeling all through, kutoka tarehe moja mpaka tarehe moja, then something is not right. There should be times where your body feels free and just relax. But if all the time wewe feeling burdens, something is not okay. Hata kama haujafika kwa chronic stress, you're well on your way there. Then we have being anxious and afraid. Being anxious and afraid. You're always on the lookout. It's like trouble is going to come from any direction. That's not a good sign. The other thing, it feels like your thoughts are racing. Racing, and you can't switch it off. Your thoughts are always racing, and you can't switch it off. The other thing is this person is unable to enjoy themselves. You are unable to enjoy yourself. Unable to enjoy yourself. Even when people maybe they are just relaxing and cracking jokes and laughing about situations, you don't find the fun in things. Unangalia, you can't enjoy yourself. Even when you're put in a situation to relax and enjoy it, you have difficulty in enjoying yourself. Next, depressed. You feel depressed. Meaning your spirits are always low. The other thing that is a characteristic is that one is uninterested in life. Uninterested in life. Uninterested in life, and some can even go to the extent of imagining the life of other people without them. It's like unajitoa tu in the system of life. Unasema kaa hata singekuwa hapa, maybe these people would have a better life. That is very dangerous. Because that is the beginning of suicidal thoughts. Yes. That is, you know, when you talk about suicidal thoughts, you have that idea of people enjoying themselves without you. You being a burden to others. Your life being a burden to others. And that is where people they even see it as a treasure. Suicide, what an joy. It is not even painful for some others. For some, they think that they are doing everybody else a favor. So when you start thinking of things can be better without you, that's a very dangerous sign. And then the last one is that you feel like you've lost your sense of humor. You feel like you have lost your sense of humor. You lose your sense of humor. Nothing looks fun and funny to you. Even when people are cracking jokes, what is so funny? That is a very dangerous sign. So, if we have some of these signs, or if we know of a person who has some of these signs, because you have relations, you have brothers and sisters, unaona tu anaenda tu akisha with all these signs. The best thing you can do is get help. Get help. And I'm going to write this in capital letters. There is no shame in asking for help. No shame at all in asking for help. So get help, whichever way. Maybe a religious leader. You can get a religious leader. You can get a professional help. Nowadays, you have so many counselors helping people. And the good thing about counselors is that you're not afraid of being shamed off. You're talking in confidentiality. So get help, please, because that one is very important. So maybe if I wind up, as I
Just take your 20 minutes.
20 minutes.